Welcome to episode 14 of the Chaz Launch podcast. I am really excited. It's Accessories August, because by the time you see this video, it's definitely August, and I'm really excited about this episode because the guests who are here, I'm really excited. My name is Miss Mercy, and we are the Teachers Launch podcast. I'm your host, and this is where we host educators. And if you feel like you're an educator and you have a beautiful story, you have beautiful insights to share, this is your home. Or if you know another educator, please share this video with them. Without further ado, I want to welcome our guests so that they can introduce themselves by just telling us their names and what they do. And then please check out who was dressed best. I've told you, Accessories August. All right, drum rolls for our guests. Right.
Hi everybody, my name is Caroline Tanui. I am a teacher of history, currently teaching Kiswahili also, with a vast range of teaching subjects including global perspectives, global citizenship, and CRE when we go to the 844 curriculum. Happy to be here, Mercy. Thank you for the welcome.
Happy to have you. What a beautiful introduction. All right, to my left.
Hi everybody, my name is Miss Ruth Nekesa. I'm an early years teacher, currently handling 6 to 7 year olds. It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Karibu sana. Oh yeah, by the way, our guests brought something. Just so you take notes. If you're coming to the podcast. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. All right.
Part of the accessories.
Exactly, part of the accessories.
Yeah.
All right. So kama kawaida, we'll start with our check-in, which is, we've done this before, we'll be clapping every time we say number 3, a number that ends with 3 or a multiple of 3. Is that right? Yes. All right. So let's start. Cool. Which one did you clap?
18.
Oh, it is.
It is.
3 times 6
Oh, yeah.
6 times 3 is.
Why am I going by odd numbers?
Yeah. Oh, for real?
I moved from multiple of 3 to odd numbers.
Oh, okay. So let's
So
start
we are
from 18. Cool. Okay. That's 27. Cool.
30.
That's it. I know that was hard. I skipped 12. All right, and now we will have the teachers introduce themselves. And first of all, because they already did a very short intro, so you already know who they are. The next intro part is whereby they will tell us how they ended up where they are. So we could start from campus and how you ended up teaching where you are, and the same to you, Miss Ruth. All right.
Okay, thank you very much. I did my undergrad at Kenyatta University, teaching subjects for Kiswahili, CRE and history. Graduated way back in 2016. So what happened was, immediately after my graduation, I was sent back into the village, and there is like a small school within my village that had grown going to, especially the primary. And my older brother told me, you know what, we have an opportunity for you to go and teach. And I was like, okay, maybe this is a good start, because by then I had not graduated, so I had completed my exams in March. This is May. I've gone home. I was like, okay, let me see where this goes. So I started teaching, and I got a culture shock. One of the things was, as a teacher, I was not allowed to wear trousers, which was very new, having studied in Nairobi, but also having grown in that environment, I was aware of it. But now the difficult part came in, where I had to go to school sometimes in gumboots, because it would have rained so hard. One day I lost a shoe
In the mud?
So I got very, and I was like, do I go back home? Do I go to school? And that period of 3-4 months really got me to introspect on, is this really where I want to be? Is this what I want to be doing? So that moment of me being in the village, you see now when you're in a certain space, you are not even exposed to certain aspects of life. So you end up being very dormant, very inactive. You're not growing, you're just there. Because at the end of the day, when I come back from school, I'll go home, I'll eat, I will have a place to sleep. Tomorrow morning I'll go to school. If I am broke, my brother will give me money. If I'm not paid, because we used to go for a period of even 3-4 months without salary. Because I remember when I stayed there for 5 months, I was paid for 2 months, I think, left salary for 6 months.
Whoa.
So those are the kind of things that I'm like, no, I needed to go back to the city. I think I did not go to Kenyatta University to come back and teach in the village here. So that is where my journey of coming back and trying to find myself and trying to find a path of where I would be. So I came back to Nairobi jobless, literally nowhere to live. I went to my sister's, and yes, that's where the journey literally began. I want to say basically that is the first 844 school I taught. Yes. And then I had a friend who was Korean, and where we go to church there is a high school. So she invited me, she told me, you can come and do internship here as you wait for something. So that is how I kind of got into the international curriculum a bit. So that was the beginning of my journey in this sector.
Wow. So you only taught one 844 school?
I have taught several.
Before transitioning to the international?
Before transitioning to the international, that was the only school I had taught, and now my teaching practice. That I went to Samburu, another eye-opening experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Miss Ruth.
Thank you, Miss Marcy. Mine is a bit of a different story. So after high school, I'm looking at what next. So I figured out I could get something to keep me busy. What comes into mind? The easiest way is you start teaching somewhere. Before you get your certificates and all that. So that is way back in 2017 in Mombasa. So I joined a local school around there. You'll be earning some 2,500. But that's good just to...
That was your first salary?
That was my first salary. But at that point, I just want something to keep me busy as I wait for my results. So I'm still into this school. Then I realize teaching looks like not a very bad venture, something that I should consider, or rather could consider. So at this point, I now start developing interest in teaching, and then good thing I start with the little ones. So is that something that starts growing the interest? Then from there, the interest has started developing. So what next? For me to settle down in this field, I start thinking about college. So at this point, my results come in for my KCSE, and then now I look for a college, and I join a college around there, somewhere in Bamburi, Mombasa. So I start with my certificate. I do my certificate, finish certificate. So right now I have my certificate. I have a TSC number. I moved to another school, still within Mombasa. So I teach there another 2 years. Meanwhile, I start my diploma.
Is this a high school or primary?
No, still primary.
Okay.
So I teach, at that point I was teaching grade 1. So I teach grade 1 for 2 years. And then now I feel I have gotten my certificate, I have my diploma, I have my TSC number. Time to move again. Yeah, for the sake of growth.
Yes.
So I look at the most challenging, I want a place that will challenge me. I've been born and raised in Mombasa. It's time to move, and I consider Nairobi. So I moved to Nairobi, and this time that was in 2021. So still I'm in Mombasa, but I'm doing applications of schools in Nairobi. So I had my few savings. I moved into Nairobi, go for an interview, and then I get a school. So at least now my salary has improved, and then now I'm earning some good money.
Good money? What's good money? I want to know. Do you want to know?
I want to know what is good money.
I want to know what's good money.
Some money that can do my hair, nails, can do my rent and all that. So it was a very good school. I got to learn, I got to grow. And then now within this school, I get to learn about international schools. And I Google, and feels like it's another good opportunity to grow. Now, this other school where I was at that point, it was a good school, but there were a bit of challenges. Number one, you are a teacher, but at the same time you are the bus minder. Yes, you are a bus minder. Now, being a bus minder involves you getting to school at around 4 a.m. and you will be leaving at earliest 6-7 p.m. Yes, so at some point it felt like a lot of pressure, and then holidays you'll be in school, sometimes weekends you're in school. At this point I got tired. I said, let me try this international side. So I go and start, I look at what are some of the ways that I could get into this international system. I find that I could intern, I could volunteer. Those are some of the easiest ways. So I look at volunteering. I have rent to pay. Volunteering does not come with the stipends. I cannot volunteer. So what else can I, which other ways can I consider? So I considered internship. So I go online, I look for schools that offer internship, and then I found where I am at right now. Yes, so I apply, and then the interview comes in. I go into the interview, and then the first question I'm asked, where you are right now, how much do you earn? And I say this. Okay, as you're coming in for this internship, not that you're going to earn half of whatever you're earning. But at this point, I'm tired.
Because that's a lot.
So it's time to go. I say yes. Okay, so I am going to earn half. That means I have to move from the house that I'm living in to a cheaper house. I have to get out of the chamas that I'm in. I have to prepare my parents. They need to know that for this number of months or a year, I am not going to be sending anything at home. So I cut down everything. But at this point, I'm looking at the end result. At the end of the year, you were told that you could get an opportunity and you could be employed. Yes. Now as a teacher. Yes. So at this point, my aim is the end result. So I have to bear with all this, shrink down and all that. Yes. So I go in. It was a very great opportunity. Every Wednesday we will go through trainings. They could be considered for trainings, which was very nice. Then the environment was so warm, it was so welcoming. At least now I'm not waking up at 4. At least
you're not a bus minder.
Yes, I'm not a bus minder. At least now the holidays I'll be in the house resting. At least the weekends I'm assured I'll be at home and all that. So I come in. So the internship is supposed to run for a whole year. That is 12 months. 3 months in, an opportunity comes in. Yes, and then I'm approached. Are you ready for this? I say yes. I was teaching before. I have a TSC number. I'm qualified. Very confident that I can do this. And then I'm told, okay, pick it up from there. And I ran with it. I ran with
as
it.
you should.
I ran with it. And then after the offer and ready to run with it. And I make sure I shined at this role. So my salary now does not even double. It goes like 13 times to some good money. I looked at my accounts. I'm like, okay, should I just go to Dubai first and then come back? Or because this is some good money. It's the first time I'm having this huge amount in my account. So it was some good money, and then from there continued learning, continued growing. I've handled so at that point I was handling year 1, then handled year 5, and then back to year 1. And it has really been a very good experience, accompanied with a lot of growth. It's something that I'm very grateful for. I'm glad that I took up that chance. And as much as at the beginning I had to cut down on a lot, but at the end of it,
it's really paid.
She has moved to the suburbs.
She has moved to the suburbs, literally,
to the greener areas.
To the greener areas. Oh, what a story. One thing we have in common, I started as an intern as well, where I am. So how did you start? Did you apply and got a job?
So after I got this internship position at...
You started as an intern?
at our church. It was more volunteering. The first opportunity that I got. So I stayed there for a period of almost 1.5 years, 2 years thereabout, and it was a good experience because this is the place where I learned to grow. I learned the international curriculum. I was mentored through that. And I got to interact with students and kids from different cultural backgrounds. One thing that was very unique about the school is that most of the children were coming from either Korea or China. So they come in, they do not know English. So you have to be very patient. So it got me to a point where I was very patient with them. And I was just taking them through the learning. And as they were learning, who is learning? I am learning. I am getting the experience. I'm getting to know the curriculum. And I was just all around. And I realized, for growth to happen, you need to be willing to do an extra thing. You need to be willing to go an extra mile. Growth is painful. I'm not saying that the environment was really good. It was not, because as she was saying about being a what is it called, the bus
minder.
A
bus minder. On the other side, I doubled up as a merchant, so that would involve me waking kids up in the morning, sometimes sleeping in the dormitory with them. When they go for PE, I have to go with them. So it involved a lot of self-sacrifice, if I may say. And because I was doubling up as a teacher and as a matron, as a counselor, so I could not have my own personal time. So leaving the school compound was very rare, because these children, as I've told you, they're coming from another country. So it means over the holidays they're not going where?
They're not
going home.
They'll be around.
So they are within. And if they're within, where are you?
You're also within. Were you residing in the school?
I was residing in the school. I had been given accommodation next to the dormitories. So we had a rotating duty of sleeping in the dormitory. So you have an actual bed inside the dormitory.
How many kids are there?
The girls were around, then it was about 17 or 18. So it was a whole dorm.
You were sleeping in the dormitory?
Yes, in the dormitory. Next to the kids.
I
know. And then because now it's a different culture, you realize that some of the things that are happening, you're like, but you're like, okay. So like you go to I don't know if I should say this, but you will use the same facilities with the children. And because you're with them most of the time, you get to just be with them. And then you see with the cross-culture thing, it's a different thing. For them, for Koreans, I think it's not a big deal. You hear about public baths. Children go with their mothers to the public baths. So that was something like, so you get the culture shock, but I'm really grateful because that is what gave me a foundational basis within the international curriculum. I usually say there were 2 years that were a bit hard, but I got to grow and I got to learn. Because learning takes patience. And it takes the little pains. And she said she had to move to Madari. I might not have had to move to Madari, but
you had your own.
There are other things that I had to adjust to in order to get the experience. Because to be honest, in Kenya there is no specific school you'll go that they'll teach you to be an international teacher.
Actually, that's
okay,
true.
Riara is offering a course, but very few people have got an opportunity to do that. At the end of the day is experience, because the first person I met told me they look for experience. And true to that, I remember after staying there for 1.5 years, it was about almost 2 years, I got a job advert for a certain school. And I said, okay, they're advertising for history and CRE. So it was a BNC school, that is British National Curriculum, and 844. So I was like, let me apply. And I went to the interview and I was offered the job the same day. Whoa. So it was not in vain. I can't complain.
Oh wow.
I can't complain.
Wow.
So I went to that school. I've moved through several schools. And it's been a wonderful experience. experience.
Oh wow, how
Nice.
beautiful. I love that. That was beautiful. And I love that it gave you a foundation, because I'm sure the reason why you got into that is because you had all this experience.
All this experience and the
they
fact
could
that
hear and be like,
and they ask you and they're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
history
yeah.
drawing,
Like,
there's
oh.
this, the curriculum, the framework is like this, and
Yes.
they're like, this is somebody who's actually
Yeah.
aware of what
they are doing,
doing.
and they're actually
Yeah.
important to us. Wow.
so
And
experience.
yeah.
I think there's something that is coming out here.
Mm.
At the beginning, all you need is confidence,
Yeah.
courage.
Yes.
Believe in yourself that you can do this.
Mm.
Accept those opportunities.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Then you're good to go.
Sure. And the willingness to grow. I think
Yes.
that hunger is beautiful.
Yes, and you have to be aggressive, because if we were not aggressive and we
Yeah.
wanted to stay in our comfort zones,
you
we would not
wouldn't
have
be
grown.
there for sure.
Definitely.
Oh wow, wow. All right. Oh my, what a beautiful introduction. So if you're looking to join the international space, here are some beautiful insights. And now I think we can dive into the questions. So we're going to start with classroom management.